Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Nuru Luhindi, the founder of Little Innovators School. Little Innovators School is located in Athi River in Gimu, Phase 1. Alhamdulillah, Little Innovators School was founded in January 2014. And our first vision was to be the cradle, role model and authority in nurturing young entrepreneurial and leadership talent. And as we progressed over the years, in 2017, we introduced STEM. And STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics. We introduced STEM into our curriculum, and in 2017, our learners, right from daycare, that is playgroup, all the way to the upper classes, were doing STEM experiments or activities twice every week. And in 2018, the CBC curriculum was being implemented in schools, and Little Innovator School was the first school to ever design a learner assessment system called CBC Chap Chap. CBC Chap Chap was created to help teachers reduce the intensive workload brought about by daily assessment of learners. CBC Chap Chap has really helped not just teachers in our school, but also in other schools to ease their workload on learner assessment and spare more time to give personalized attention to their children. After that innovation of CBC Chap Chap, very soon after that, around July 2018, heading towards August, I happened to have read a report by World Economic Forum, and this is something you can Google: World Economic Forum Future of Jobs Report. According to this report, it says that 66% of primary school children will end up in new careers that do not exist, careers we have never heard of. And these careers will be created by new technologies like artificial intelligence, 3D printing, mobile application development, robotics, and the like. This report, once I read it, was not only shocking, but a wake-up call for me, because I asked myself, as a director of Little Innovator School, how am I making sure that the learners who are going to come out of this school will be able to fit in that future, and not only fit into it, but be leaders, innovators, and entrepreneurs in that future. Coincidentally, alhamdulillah, we went through a training at Brook House, and I got to get exposure to these emerging technologies. And soon, I started offering holiday camps. And before we knew it, by 2020, we were already training the students in my school on these technologies. As we speak right now, emerging technologies training is compulsory for all our learners from grade 1 going up. Reason being, a grade 1 child is already able to read. So as long as a child can read, they can learn coding, they can learn robotics, they can learn programming, artificial intelligence, and so on. So at Little Innovator School, we have currently modified our vision, because we did a review after 5 years, and our new vision is to nurture innovators and entrepreneurs in the future of work using STEM and emerging technologies. What does this mean? We want our children and all other children in Kenya and Africa to be able to look at the local communities where they live, be able to identify the problems in their communities, and then relate those problems to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Like today, we were having a graduation ceremony for the learners in PP2 and grade 3. In this graduation ceremony, they were able to showcase quite a number of innovations that they have done in robotics. And they were able to sing a United Nations Sustainable Development Goal song. And that is because we want our learners to be able to have a global perspective. We are not just nurturing learners, we are nurturing global learners who are able to look at the problems in their community and relate those problems to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals as they solve the same problems using technologies like robotics, artificial intelligence, mobile application development, 3D printing, and so on. And we have not kept this vision to ourselves. This good news, we have not kept it to ourselves. We thank God through our partners, Tech Kids Africa. We are currently training other schools, and we have several schools in Nairobi that are benefiting from our program. We are currently training Al-Amin Academy in Pangani and Arisal Academy in Parklands and many other schools. And if you are watching this as a school director, as a school principal, we can help you prepare your children for the future of work. We believe every African child deserves to be prepared for the future of work. Every African child deserves to be nurtured to be an innovator and entrepreneur in the future of work. So reach out to us and let us synergize and work together to prepare the children in your school, the children in your neighborhood, the children of your friends, your family, and your own children, to prepare them for the future of work. It will be our greatest joy if by 2030 Africa becomes a tech hub, and we can do it if we join hands together. Like in today's graduation ceremony, it was graciously attended by Mr.Simon Mwaura Kimani, who was able to showcase some of the great innovations that he has done in this country, having made a robotic tea maker which you can use to make tea while you're remotely from your house, having made a biometric car alarm system or car cutout system. All these are technologies that our youth need to be nurtured on. Mr. Kimani does not want to keep this legacy to himself, and therefore he wants to impart that natural talent that he has to our young generation. And for that reason, we are partnering with Mr. Simon Kimani, and we are running a holiday camp called Ubunifu Innovators Camp. We'll be starting a physical camp at Little Innovator School, where innovator Simon Kimani will be teaching these children how to create simple motherboards called PCB boards, and he'll be teaching them how to make flashlights so that they know when they look at a car has hazard lights. They know how the technology behind that car works. The children will also learn how to design something that will be printed through 3D printing technology. And the good news is that whatever they make, they will carry home to act as a reminder of the great things they have learned during this camp. Bring your child to us and let us impart the skills of innovation in them. For those parents who cannot make it physically, we have an online camp, and this online camp, any child from anywhere in the world can be able to attend the online camp. They'll be learning robotics, coding, artificial intelligence, gaming, web development, and many other technologies. So I urge you, let us join hands and let us prepare children to be innovators and entrepreneurs in the future of work. What is unique about Little Innovator School is that we are futuristic. The approach we take is a futuristic approach because we sit and we ask ourselves, 20 years from now, 30, 50 years from now, which will be the relevant careers? Because 20 years from now, our children will be adults. So what kind of world will they be working in? And if you look at the research that has been done by many global organizations, ICT and emerging technologies will form the careers of that future. So we do not want to be left behind as Kenya, just like in developed countries like Japan, where they expose their children to these technologies of making motherboards and computers and assembling them from a very young age. That is exactly what we purpose to do with our children. Children's minds are like sponges. they readily absorb information. They quickly grasp what they are being taught. So we believe this is the stage, primary level. This is the stage to prepare these children to those technologies so that by the time they are getting to high school, they are already very comfortable to innovate solutions to common problems in their community. So the approach that we take as a school is different because we look at an application approach. So we don't just teach the child robotics. No, we are teaching them robotics and how to apply it in the community. For example, today, they showcased a project they have been doing since the beginning of the term, the soil moisture sensor. And with this soil moisture sensor, they're able to apply it in many aspects. And they were able to tell parents that, for example, a maize miller, if a maize milling farm is to manufacture flour, they need to measure moisture in the maize, and they need sensors that can be able to do that. So our children already know that that soil moisture sensor project they have done this term will help them to be able to help somebody who wants to measure the soil moisture in probably maize or in soil to tell how much moisture there is. They also know that, for example, we have people who have remote farms. So if somebody is, say, in Kileleshwa and they have a farm in Isinya, they don't have to be making daily trips to confirm that their farm is being watered properly. Through the soil moisture sensor that these children have made with the help of their teacher, this person is able to monitor the level of moisture or water in the soil, and they're able to tell whether the farm manager is actually attending to the farm well and watering the crops well. We are showing our children that at their young age, they are capable of solving problems in their community through the use of technology, and that is the different approach that our school is taking. And we don't want this to remain to ourselves. That is why we are reaching to other schools also who are not already doing this, so that we can empower their learners to achieve the same. I was really excited when the CBC curriculum came up, because when we started the school in 2014 all the way to 2017 December, schools were following the 844 curriculum. But now when the CBC curriculum came up, I was really excited about it. First of all, because of the what we call the core competencies. The 7 core competencies of CBC are really what is critical in helping learners to fit in that future life. For example, self-efficacy being one of the core competencies. It means you're nurturing this learner to be able to not only influence themselves. So a learner who has self-efficacy is able to influence those around them in a bid to be able to achieve an objective, a common objective, for example, with the society. So they have observed a problem in the community. Through the skill of self-efficacy that we are nurturing in CBC, a learner is able to influence themselves and other members in the community to solve that particular problem. Digital literacy is also another core competency of CBC curriculum, which is very much in line with what we are doing as a school. So I would say CBC curriculum is complementing what we are doing as a school. It is actually boosting the objectives that we have as a school. And I'm really excited about this curriculum because I believe it is blending well with the vision that we want to instill in our learners. I would advise not just parents, but school directors out there. Synergy is key. Not everybody is born with the same talents. As a school, we have identified the ability to nurture children to innovate solutions to problems in their community using emerging technologies. We are ready to help you as a school, to help you as a parent, to nurture your child and bring them up to the desired level for them to succeed in the future of work. In the early 90s, we had a major revolution where there was massive computerization of our society. And anybody who was leaving Form 4, they had to acquire digital literacy through computer packages. Now, The era we are going into is an era of emerging technologies, and very soon our children will be required to have these skills before they can gain any meaningful employment. So I urge you, dear parent, do not let your child become obsolete. Prepare them for the future of work by enrolling them onto our programs or encouraging the school where your child is to enroll onto our programs and partner with us so that we can prepare their children to be innovators and entrepreneurs in the future of work. Let us join hands and let us prepare children to be innovators and entrepreneurs in the future of work. Welcome to Little Innovator School, where creativity is fun.